there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Stars Beer Review. Tonight we're going to take a look at a specialty from St. Ambrose. Their India Pale Ale. It's written mostly in French in the back. It says St. Ambrose India Pale Ale is a dry hopped using traditional methods and is brewed with a selection of pale and specialty malts for a balanced malty character. Ingredients are water, pale malt, crystal malt, Munich malt, Golding hops, and Willamette hops. Now, this beer is a specialty. I think this is the first year it came out, but I'm not 100% certain. The Bukowski Brewery just introduced this as a like a seasonal specialty. I'm not sure which season it's for. They've only released it in Quebec and in a few select stores in around, I think Ontario only has it on draft in certain places, and in Nova Scotia, Halifax, Nova Scotia, certain NSLCs actually carry this. And a buddy of mine was down there a couple weeks ago and picked up this particular beer and for me to try. So I'm really quite excited to give this a taste here because I really like IPAs. It comes in at 6.2% ABV. Strong beer, McCausland.com. Let's crack this thing open and just see how good it is. See how it stacks up to other IPAs. Order my Sam Adams Perfect pint glass. Pale malts and crystal malts are typically lighter in color. Lots of head. Chorus bubbles though on the head. It's not as amber as I was expecting when they used Munich malt in this stuff. Usually that creates a more amber reddish appearance in the beer. It is pretty amber though, like yellow amber, like the yellow on the stoplights. Not a whole lot of red to it, just basically it looks like an IPA. It's got that orange golden appearance, and the head's got a slightly off-white, kind of yellowish tinge to it. Now, of course, bubbled head is actually starting. It's taking a while to die off, and it's actually starting to create a fluffy cloud-like appearance at the bottom, on the surface, and lots of carbonation coming up from that. But also, the Sam Adams glasses have a little bit of a laser etching down at the very bottom that kicks up some carbonation. Very much a piney citrus note coming off the top of that one. Not so much grapefruit citrus, it's more like smelling orange juice. And I just got my nose in it. You know what? I'm going to wait for the head to die off a little and I'll come back with the beer. Alright, it's taking the head a while to die off, but at least I can smell it now. It's coming off with a nice piney floral kind of smell, and it does have that orange citrus smell that I was getting before. It is a tad on the grapefruity side, but I am getting a floral note. Another note that I'm getting in the smell is actually a nice healthy caramel malt note as well. Oh, you can smell that all day. It's not like it's a very strong smelling IPA. There are IPAs out there that are really, the smell is a much more noticeable thing. But in this one, that's nice. That's really nice smelling. Just not as intense as I was hoping for, but the smell is really good. I like that. Nice and complex. Well, for an IPA. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, taste time. Oh, that's different. Get a sweet caramel note crossing the tip of the tongue, going across into this, and as you get this blast of piney citrus bitterness that fades into this strong earthy quality, and the earthy quality is a bit on the peppery side. Not sure if they used. Not sure what breed of Goldings they used. If they used Styrian, or if they used East Kent, or if they used like American Goldings are different too. While it's earthy, it's got a peppery note. More like Styrian, I think. But it's got this nice caramel orange kind of taste to this to the malt. And the blast of piney, earthy bitterness to the back that lingers quite a bit. The ABV is probably fairly high. It's probably at least 60, but it's the malt balances it out pretty well, and it's actually really a nice beer. Like the nice, tasty, lingering bitterness. And the only thing is, I find that earthy note makes it unique. It's strange. It's not like like your hop bombs in North America are kind of like a combination of different, like either piney or earthy, piney or like citrusy or grapefruity or even floral notes. Whereas your like Goldings aren't usually used, I don't believe, in your North American IPA. But it makes it a unique taste, which is actually quite pleasing. It's like an East Coast IPA with some British influences. That's pretty nice. Just nice caramel malt taste to the very back. Mixes really well with that. Oh yeah. And it finishes nice and dry. And it's not too heavy as to make it an offensive, like a very thick beer. I mean, it is maybe a little heavier than like a medium, like in the middle of the road kind of beer. It does carry some weight in the back of the throat, but it's nice and easy to drink. And it comes with a biting hop crispness, as well as it's smooth. Almost to the point where it's riding a cusp of being creamy as well as crisp at the same time. That's really nice. Wow. Alright, I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit and I'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with St. Ambrose India Pale Ale. So what did I think about this particular beer? For an IPA, I really like this one. This is actually really nice. And I kind of wish that we did get this down here because I would drink this. I'm on the fence of whether I like this one better than Propeller's IPA, but I find the two are pretty much in the same vein, where it's got that nice piney, earthy kind of bitterness to it. This one's more towards the earthy side than it is to, like it's got a little bit of citrus in it, but it's whereas the Propeller one's mainly piney grapefruit. This one's more like piney, earthy. And even since the last time I took a swig, which was before I started recording again, I'm still feeling a little bit of an earthy bitterness to the back. It's unique, and it's really nice. Now, between the breaks, I took a look at the Macallan website, and the official data sheet on this beer says that it's 52 IBUs. And if that's the case, they didn't really mask the IBUs that well, or somehow they weren't able to. They were able to accentuate the hoppiness of this beer to make it feel like it's a nice hoppy beer without having it very high in ABV. This is, which I like, you know, like when I drink an IPA, I like having a little bit of a hop blast to it, and it's really nice. And I really enjoyed that one. Oh yeah, it's got like a, what it warmed up a little. It's got this little bit of like a toasted grain kind of quality to the back, but it's also got this little bit of a creaminess to the aftertaste, which is characteristic of Macallan's yeast that they use. It's nice, and I would definitely drink this again if I had the chance. It's just, it's only like a limited seasonal, like available in Nova Scotia. Pale ales for long brewed. Yeah, it's got the standard IPA story on the box. served fresh and served between 12 and 14 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it's a really nice IPA, but it's not the greatest IPA out there, but it's definitely in the top. It's probably one of the best Canadian IPAs out there. Anyway, I think for this particular beer, I'm going to go all the way up and give this a high 4.0 out of 5. Just because I really enjoyed this one. It's very nice. Thoroughly enjoyable. But if you're not a big fan of like either piney or earthy bitterness, you might not like this one. You might want to steer clear. But if you like IPAs in general and you're a hophead and you want to try this, then I do recommend, really recommend trying this one. It's really good, and I only wish I had more bottles of it. Oh well. Anyway, Maccaslin, thanks for this. St. Ambrose, this is a great beer. I'd buy this here if we could, and it should be a regular alongside their amazing oatmeal stout. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starter's beer review. Hope you enjoyed watching this beer review, and I'll talk to you later. Cheers.